Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with the topic session. And today we have a good friend, Piper Harris, with us, a great lady that's, man, doing some really neat things. And I've had the privilege of interviewing her. And when I interviewed her, she hit on some things that really, like, I agree with. And we wanted to kind of just expand on it. And that is time.
Yeah, time. Oof, we don't have enough of it, do we?
No, 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 not at all. And so, there were some things that you incorporate in your life, and you know, teach to others in your coaching and what you.
hmm
So, if you don't mind, sharing some of those things that you talked about that you do in your life with your family,
Yeah.
that because I think it's very beneficial for others to hear, because if they
You know
can
what?
incorporate those things, it would help them.
Yeah, and it's funny when we were talking about it. Before I said, the reason why I prioritize my time so well now is
Yeah,
because I did it so terribly
yeah.
before, and I failed disastrously, and especially when it came to my family. And so I think that for us to learn how to use our time, we all have the same 24 hours in the day, and we say, "Oh, I don't have enough time." That's not the case. It's how we're prioritizing our time. And so for a long time, I was chasing something. I was chasing worth. I was chasing, some nebulous thing that was going to make me feel full. And I did it at the expense of my time with my family.
Mm.
And, I hurt them, and I've had to do a lot of work in asking for forgiveness. And I'm so sorry. What does my husband always says to me, hands and feet. You can say these things, but you got to show me with your actions, right? So hands and feet, you got to walk the talk the walk. And so I had to learn to, okay, where is this time of mine? Where is it going? And so I think the first thing that's so important when people are considering their time, and they feel so just, I just don't have enough time, but it's okay to put my family on the back burner, or my social life, or my health on the back burner. I think that's when you start putting things on the back burner, you need to start asking yourself, am I pursuing something to fill a void in me? So is that void ever going to be filled? Or am I pursuing the betterment of the community around me? You have to have a clear definition. Does that make sense? It's just,
Oh yeah, without a
when you're,
doubt.
yeah. So, I think that was the big thing for me. I had to get clear with what am I pursuing and why am I pursuing?
That's good stuff. I think, when you hit on time, I think for me, time is a rare commodity. And I
Yeah.
think it's important that we value it and cherish it, because really once it's gone, like you can't get it back.
Right. Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
and just, kind of on the point that you were saying with the yes and no, to me, I think when you're able to say no to some things, that allows you to say yes to what's important to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then vice versa, all your yeses, you're saying no to something else, you know. And so I think it's important to evaluate your no's and your yeses and make sure that it's in alignment with what you believe in, because when you do those things, um, it makes you feel proud, first of all,
hmm
because it allows you to say, man, I stood up for what I believe in. And this is
Yeah.
important to me, the investment that I'm making into it.
Yeah.
And you reap the benefits when you're able to have the discipline to do those things.
Absolutely. And I think when you're kind of in, I talk to my clients about a frenzied or free state. If
Mm,
you're frenzied and I have to do this, I have to do that, and you say yes to everything, there's no clarity. You're just diving into things, and there's not a real deep purpose going on. You just feel like I have to say yes, I have to say yes. But like you said, where's your pride coming in that? What are you gaining from that? It's like a continuum, good, better, best, and not so good over here. you
yeah,
know
yeah.
and so you have to think about the use of your time, good, better, best. Well, by saying yes to 50 different things, am I neglecting my best by saying yes to only 3 and prioritizing it? Don't miss the best because you think, well, this is just good enough.
And good enough. That's not good enough.
It's not, no, not even,
Yeah, that's
not even.
unacceptable.
It's very unacceptable.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I think it's easy to get pulled into, especially as, you know, we're out there, we're building our business, we've got family. It's so easy to think I have to say yes to grow. I have to say yes to be successful. But I think once you get to a point where you recognize success is saying no. Success is saying yes to only very fine-tuned things. But that's a scary place to get, because you get a little FOMO going on, right? That fear of missing out. Like you're just like, oh, what am I going to miss? You know, and it's total FOMO. It just kills you. You just don't know, you know, what's going to happen. And you just got to stop that what if reaction and follow that very fine-tuned path.
Oh, indeed. Yeah, there's some points that, you know, I kind of wanted to hit on and touch on too. I think for me, I think first off, it's important to look within to win and self-evaluate, so you understand what your OS is, what your operating system
Yeah.
is, and then, you know, and that's a continual process. You
Yeah.
know, we're gonna have to always what is that update our software when
Right. Right.
when we are working on our operating systems. You know, just to see what works, what doesn't work. Just like you said, you know, I'm good at it now because I wasn't good at it before.
Right.
So I think it allows us to be efficient. But I think it's important
Mm-hmm.
to strive, first off, just strive for balance. You know, I talked, you know, when I interviewed you, we talked about the balance pie. You know, I
Yeah.
think every area of your life that's important to you, um, give 100% to it.
Yeah.
You know, like good enough that's unacceptable.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and then I think the next point is just have gratitude, and we know that gratitude is the attitude that determines our altitude.
Yeah.
It's important to be thankful and know that, you know, things could be better, but ooh, could be way worse. You know, and
Absolutely.
so, and then that brings it to the next point. It's important to be in the moment. I think, you know, if you signed up for something, show up and be present.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
period.
Well, exactly. And isn't it so easy? I mean, we all have these like right here, right? And we're
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
this all the time. And
yeah.
the presence, you know, and I'm telling you, I don't know about you. Oh no, my kids, sorry, my desk is a moving desk.
Wow.
But my kids are the best thing that forced me to become present. Like, mom, focus. Why aren't you talking
Yeah.
to me? Mom, focus, you know? And that it really, the presence is huge. Be present. And that's where you're going to find the gratitude. It grows when
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
present.
You know, that's the worst thing as a parent, that's striving to be the best version of yourself as a parent. That's probably the worst thing, to have your child say,
Oh,
hey, hey, you know, dad, like you're not paying attention, or mom, you're not paying attention. You know, like, you know, it makes you think like, man, you know, like, yeah, I'm
it
tripping. Like
hurts.
I gotta put that phone
Yeah.
there. I'm tripping, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
better, I'm gonna be better at that. So I think that's probably the toughest thing to hear.
It is.
But then the last point I wanted to hit on is just, I think it's important to maximize when you can. You know, find ways to not waste your time. I think that's I'm a maximizer, and that's probably one of my pet peeves. Just
Yeah.
like
Time
wasting
waste.
time. Like,
Yeah.
no, like it's the worst. You
Yep.
know, we can't do that. Like we got to be better on maximizing our time.
Yeah.
Because again, like I said, the yeses and nos and yeses. If I'm wasting time with something that doesn't mean anything to me, then that's saying that I'm losing time to something that's important to me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, you know, we have to manage that the right way.
I agree. And, you know, with you talking about maximizing time, it's really about prioritizing.
Yes.
And I always follow Warren Buffett is like the man that, I mean, he says no to everything. He literally
Mhm.
says no to everything. And he has this way where you write down the 20 things that you're working on. And then he says, and I've kind of changed it over the years for myself, but you write down the 20 things that you just like, you do every single day, every week or whatever. Then you look at your list and you say, okay, which 5 just make my heart flutter, like light me on fire. So you write those on a list. And the 15 that are left over are literally the things that are stealing or wasting your time from prioritizing on those 5 top things. So you've written a list. Those 15 that are left over are those attention stealers, those time wasters. You just need to set them aside and focus on your top 3 or 5 things. And I love that because it's something that I can work on. I'm a big list girl. I love lists. I like marking stuff off my list.
Yep.
So if I knock something out or knock a couple things out, okay, now it's time to go back to how am I prioritizing my time? And for me, no matter what, the top priorities are my family. I mean, it's no more. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, no more of that. And so I'll usually do 2 or 3 things underneath that, and that's it. And the rest, I know if I start getting that frenzied space where I feel like I have to do more, I look at that list of 15 left over. I'm like, nope. It's stealing my time. It's stealing my time. It's wasting my time. I've got to focus. And it's hard. I mean, it's really hard, but I do that probably every 6 weeks or so. I go through that.
That's good stuff. Well, speaking of time, I want to say thank you so much for your time.
Of course.
and sharing your tidbits and expertise on time as well, because just like I said, when I got the chance to interview you, I thought it was some really amazing things that I liked, and we had to share it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we could talk about this forever, right?
Oh my gosh, we could take a long time with this. We could talk about it. We could
have a lot of puns on this one.
Right. Yeah, but seriously though, thank you so much for sharing, and
absolutely
wish you continued success in all that you have going on.
Thanks, Chip. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you guys for checking out this topic session over time. Hope that you can take some of these principles, tips, nuggets, and use these in your life. See you next time. God bless.